Audience. Alright. So today I'll be persuading my audience that new technology is causing more harm to the society rather than good. And the reasoning behind this is because of social media, health issues, and violence. So take the time and think about how technology used to be in like the early 1900s. So you had the little box TVs with the antennas and they were only black and white. And then you had the flip phones, the typewriters and all that stuff. Compared to today's technology, however, it's like, you have 7-year-old people that have iPhones already, and it's like it's just mind blowing, to be honest. Then you have like iPads and laptops and plasma screen TVs and stuff. It's a whole different world in today's society, and it's causing more harm rather than good. So social media is one of the issues that we have in today's generation because of certain websites. And those websites could be anything from like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like there's young kids that already have those websites, and it's bad because they don't fully know the consequences that they could face during that, like fake profiles and like getting kidnapped or something like that. But the biggest one is dating websites. And for an example, it's Tinder. So I have a source here, and it's a University of Wisconsin study. And it found that 81% of people lie about themselves on their online dating profiles. And it could mean that people lie about their appearance or what their personalities are actually like or even their age. And it's scary to think of. Then there's short attention spans, like people are always on their phones. They're more glued to their phones than they are with like people that are surrounded by them. So, and it's hard to talk to somebody while they're on their phone or on their laptop because, multitasking, you can't really do both. And then there's also taking time for granted, like it's like when you're with your family, you want to spend time with them and you want to be able to talk to them. But it's so hard nowadays because everyone's just like attracted to their social media, their Facebook, updating their status, their photos. It's just people think that's more important than actually being with family and friends and, lastly, and not taking time for granted. And then lastly, we forget to live in the moment. And this is something that really disappoints me because it's like when you go to a concert or you go to like any type of event, you see a lot of people just pull out their phones and they'll start taking pictures and videos, and it's kind of like why do that when you can just see it with your own eyes? You can just be there and you get to experience it yourself rather than, taking photos. It's understandable that taking photos makes the memory last longer, but it's also important that you don't waste your time at this. Like a lot of people wish that they were at concerts and stuff, and it's better to just leave the phone and just watch it yourself, take it all in yourself. So these examples on how social media are harmful can cause health issues as well, and these health issues involve depression, which I have a study. It says the pressure to appear perfect all the time was causing anxiety and depression to teenagers. And this was from Eleanor Harding. And it's true because, we try to take the perfect photo to post online, and if it's not good enough, then we start to get anxiety and we start to get upset over it because we don't seem to appear as good as we want to. And it's wrong. And then there's also people can be anorexic or bulimic from maybe feeling like overweight or feeling like they're not good enough, so they decide to starve themselves and make themselves puke, and that's really harmful to your body. You could die over things like that. And then there's also isolation, and people lack social skills because of this, because people just text each other anymore or call each other. They don't even go to hang out. So this can cause lack of social skills because when you see that person like in your own eyes, like actually in person, it's way different than just messaging them all the time. And you don't know what to say in person. And then it can cause people to be narcissists as well. And I have a study that says if you find yourself constantly changing your profile picture and getting upset when fewer than 50 people like your status, it may be time to take a long, hard look in the mirror and reconsider your behavior. And this was by Liz Sultan. And that is something that is very true. And I looked at it and it's like to the point, like people get so mad, like people will be like, go like my photo or go like this to make it seem like they're popular and that they have a lot of likes. And it shouldn't be about that. You speak your mind, you post a picture of yourself, whoever likes it, like it's not something to be upset over. These health problems could also lead to people being violent as well. Violent is something that is a problem. Violence is something that is a problem in today's generation because of, all these new websites and video games and stuff. And I have a source for video games, and it says that an experimental research has shown that playing violent video games produces higher levels of aggressive cognition, aggressive affect, psychological arousal, and aggressive behavior. And this was by Paul Adachi. You have all these video games like Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. And sometimes I'll even see like little kids playing these games, and it's not right because when you're a kid, your mindset isn't developed fully. Like when you're a kid and you see someone else do something, you almost get pressured to do the same thing. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, if you see your older sibling playing this game, then obviously in your mind you're going to think like, okay, I can play this game too if he or she's doing it. So little kids, like, they don't know these things. They don't know that these games are bad for them. But when they grow up and these video games are still in their mindset, then they know, and it could turn into violence. And then there's television. There's a lot of TV shows where it involves like killing people and kidnaps and stalking people, and even sexual scenes that are not good for kids to watch. And then there's YouTube videos, kids being bored, they get on the internet and they look at videos, and these videos could be bad sometimes. Like even on Facebook or something, you can see like people post videos of like a mom beating their kid up, or like this guy like killing their dog, and it's like you don't want people to see that. Like, that's how violence starts and that's how it's caused. And then lastly, people feel jealous and they hate towards others because they think that other people are better looking than them or a better person than them, and it just causes a whole bunch of drama and violence, and it's not okay. Like, social media should be something that people just get on and they post whatever. They post pictures of like events or update statuses about their life. It shouldn't have to be a big thing. Like, it doesn't matter if you get this many likes on it. It doesn't matter how many people see it or anything like that. It just post whatever and get on with it. So, in conclusion, newer forms of technology is slowly bringing us down, and we're too distracted by these phones and TVs and laptops to even realize it. The harm that social media causes, as well as the health and violent issues we're experiencing in today's generation, need to be recognized. We can't keep living with all this violence, like school shootings and, just innocent people getting killed all the time. And I feel like social media is a part of that. And I feel like if social media cuts back and we stop with this newer technology, then maybe we will recognize it and we can fix it. Thank you.